we're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
There is something of a playground spat going on tonight between two of our country's top political leaders.
Because I didn't respond very tough back to her, that how can I take on Trump? I've never had any trouble taking anyone from Trump to Putin to Xi Jinping or anybody else.
Given that Trump is 71 and Biden is 75, a pay-per-view cage match is probably out of the question.
How many push-ups you want to do here, pal?
It's like the WWE has taken over D.C. Round one, Tuesday in Miami.
We're in high school. I've taken you to the gym. You can tell.
I do 1 million of these a day.
He starts making fun of your age, your mental state. He starts going after you in ways that this is, I mean...
Say, come on, Donald. Come on, man.
Round two, today on Twitter, President Trump punched back. Crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy.
He's a tough man, that Joe Biden. So, Mark, your job is to call this fight. What do you say?
He doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe.
Come on, run with me, man. It's like I was in a parade in Independence, Missouri. And I always run in parades. That's the way I go back and forth. And a fellow from Independence who was a Trump supporter said, "Hey, Sleepy Joe." I said, "Come run with me, Jack. Come on, man."
This is the closest we've come to seeing politicians in boxing gloves since Mitt Romney did it.
We've got the champ against the ropes.
But that was for charity. This is... One headline in Salon, "Hey Joe Biden, your macho fantasies about a Trump beatdown don't help women." There's also a Washington Post article titled, "Joe Biden and the Case Against Toxic Masculinity." Liberal writers are steamed at Biden.
But since when is it okay for sensitive, evolved liberals like Joe Biden to all of a sudden be threatening to beat people up?
And as my mother would say, I'm not going to take any guff from it.
No, but when President Trump was saying all this stuff during the rallies, during the election,
all
you guys had a lot to say about the rhetoric and people getting kicked the hell out. Let's not have a double standard here. I don't like double standards.
Stand up to him. Why doesn't anybody just stand up to him?
Because we have Secret Service. He's the President of the United States. You want somebody to take him out back and beat the crap out of him? That's not reality. Let's talk about the dead. I can't with all of it.
I'm not advocating beating up the president, but why doesn't anybody just... just stand up to him?
Now, here's what's going to happen to your behind. Here's what's going to happen to your behind. The Secret Service is going to call you.
Yeah.
Okay?
President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are arguing over who could kick the other's backside.
And I noticed that on the liberal websites and Salon and all those guys, they're all saying, "Oh gosh, why isn't there some beta male pajama boy around when you need one?" They're all actually anti-Biden.
What's this about pajama boy or pajama? Pajama.
All right, now let me help explain. The White House's attempts to make Obamacare a talking point over the holidays spilled over into Twitter this week, introducing the world to Pajama Boy. The White House asked, "How do you plan to spend the cold days of December?" and then included this image featuring a hipsterish model wearing
kidding, right?
flannel pajamas. The text reads, "Wear pajamas, drink hot chocolate, talk about getting health insurance, hashtag get talking."
Wow.
Politico magazine.
Wow, you know what?
Stop it, Joe.
That's going to get him on Main
I love this. Politico magazine calls Pajama Boy a, quote, insufferable man-child.
And so Biden speaks Trump's language. So they're sort of weird reverse mirror images of one another. It's like Bizarro Trump is Joe Biden and Bizarro Biden is Trump. So it's very weird.
Bizarro world.
I've been in a lot of locker rooms my whole life, and a pretty damn good athlete. Any guy who talked that way was usually the fattest, ugliest SOB in the room.
So Trump is a fat, ugly SOB, and the only people who talk like that are the biggest, fattest, ugliest SOBs in the room. Funny, because you're talking like that now, right now, Senator Biden.
His body slamming has been well documented.
Yeah, I do a million of these a day.
If Biden did go to the mat with President Trump, he may have a speed advantage.
I feel bad for Biden. He'd be flattened right there in the fight.
I'm a counterpuncher. They go after me, I go after them.
I had two old crotchety uncles that used to act like that at family dinners, calling each other names. So I just think it's another example of that, I guess.
Okay, I volunteer. I won't get paid for it. I want to be the announcer on this. Okay, I want to be the announcer on this. I tweeted out some of the things that I thought would happen. Some people tweeted back some lines. So not all of these lines that you're about to hear are my own, but I do want to announce this fight. I think it would sound something like this. Something like this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ruckus in the hospice, the brawl on Geritol, the melee over the Jello tray, the headlock on Matlock.
And Republican senators say this would be far from the Thrilla in Manila.
I don't think that's going to be a big audience on pay-per-view.
That's because, as it turns out, Trump v. Biden may just be the undercard.
I'll say this. I think Melania could take them both.
Can you imagine if we picked a president based on who could beat up whom? It sounds pretty barbaric, but on the plus side, it's a lot harder to hack a boxing ring than a ballot box.
I mean, wouldn't that be great? Come on. This would be great for American politics. There's no way this goes wrong. Are things incredibly stupid? Yes, things are incredibly stupid, ladies and gentlemen.